Hi there, Geoff Coughlin, Scale Modelling Now. I thought you'd like to have a look at this new Airfix 48 scale Hawker Sea Fury FB11, and this time we've got the export version. This comes hot on the heels of the original FB11 release, and really I think what we have this time is a model, a really nice model, it has to be said. I've seen plenty of these made up now and they make up beautifully, with new decals. So we'll get onto the decals in just a moment, but just in case you haven't seen the kit, let's go on a quick tour just so you can see the quality of what's inside. So let's get rid of the box and have a look at what we've got here. So you can see we've got a natural split of parts with the center section. You can see here really nice rivet detail and panel lining on that, good recessed panel lining. Got separate wing tips which fold, or you can have folded I should say, which is great, and you can see here the upper wing center sections too. So all good from that perspective. The nice thing of course is we've got no repetition of that defect that was on the original release. For some aircraft where you had a little piece missing here out of the leading edge of the fin, no such issues at all this time. All looks really good, and I particularly like the way they've Airfix have covered off the raised mushroom rivets on the rudder there, which look really good. So we've got that big centre spar as you'd imagine, just to make sure everything sits at the correct angle. Wheel wells and some cylinder heads we've got looking around over here too. So all of that looks good. Quite interesting when you get onto the options for the stores. You've got various wing tanks here, bigger and smaller tanks, which is always interesting and good. Really like the subtle bulge tyres that you've got here. One thing that it looks like Airfix have done again this time, which I really wish they wouldn't do, I just find it a bit of a pain, is where they've moulded the location hole for the undercarriage leg in such a way that it will fit at exactly the right angle. Well, that's fine, assuming that the leg has gone into its hole in the wing exactly correctly. And quite often I've found on the last couple of models I built that this doesn't work so brilliantly. Okay, so there we are. Small thing really perhaps, but just a little bit irritating, so you might need to fiddle with the flats just to make sure that everything does in fact sit correctly. What else have we got? Wheel bay, yeah, I thought there would be there. Nice wheel bay, plenty of detail going on inside there as you can see. And then we've got a decent tub with some nice raised detail on the side instrument panels. Coming across, you can see we've got a really nice looking main instrument panel here, which is good. And also I love the detail here on this part. So what else have we got? Two more sprues I suppose, and then we've got the clear parts. So let's have a quick look at those. Got this massive 5-bladed prop going on, which is good. Again, more stores, more bombs here. Well, I should say we have bombs here to complement the underwing tanks. And we've got the wing fold detail again, which looks really neat, and this massive great spinner, which is so typical and a big feature of the aircraft. And this final main sprue over here, it's got all these rockets, which are going to impress quite a few people, I think. So we've got, are they all, okay, they're in halves. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 6 rockets, oh sorry, 6 rocket packs I should say there, because they fit in pairs under the wings. Really nice to see those looking good. And pilot seat, even with a bit of moulded detail on the back there for the cushion, which is a nice touch. So all in all, that's looking good. Clear part, exactly what you would expect. Nice and clear, no blemishes on that. And I would expect that to fit well, just like it did with the first release. So that brings us on to the schemes. Let's have a look at those. And 3 different schemes offered by Airfix this time round. We've got a Dutch one here, Royal Netherlands Air Service. Possibly the most attractive colour scheme wise, just on the straight colours. That great big red spinner and cowl look impressive. Well, it's sort of more orange really rather than red, to be fair on the real thing. So that's good. We've got the other two, which is an Australian Navy, Royal Australian Navy Sea Fury, which is fairly typical of the type, as you can see here. Classic sort of dark sea grey upper surfaces over those sort of sky type fuselage and undersides, and then similar this time with again a Canadian aircraft from HMCS Warrior from 1948. So really it's about just picking a scheme and taking a choice, and I would think that all of those are going to look impressive, to say the least. Here we go with the decal sheet. Really like this one. I think from what I've seen of these new decal sheets from Airfix, having recently completed their new 48 scale F6, the decals were superb on that, and these look to be just the same quality. No carrier film at all visible, just really well produced. So for my money, I think they look absolutely excellent, and I'm sure they're going to go down well. So there we have it. We've got the new Sea Fury, the export version of the FB11, and hopefully you're going to enjoy this as much as we do, because we've already got one build in SMN, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this one when this comes along too.